live, baby. Hi, everybody. My name is Clay Bird, and I am here in Midland for River Days. I am joined by Kevin LaDuke. He is the communications officer, and Sharon. Shannon or Sharon?
Sharon.
Sharon. I'm so sorry. I've got sloppy handwriting here. Mortensen. She is the president and there. That's okay. It happens with live radio. So, give your introductions and tell me a little bit about if someone. Let's play this. If someone has just moved to the area, okay, and they're seeing all this stuff online, whether it's from us or from you guys, or they're hearing it on the radio, what is the Midland River Days Festival? What can they expect when they come here?
Well, that's a great question. First of all, we want to say come. Please come down. So definitely want to say that. But River Days is an inclusive community celebration by the river, obviously, to honor our past and embrace our future. So really, it's a way to bring the community together to celebrate. And it's filled, chock full of activities over the weekend. So starting tonight, you will find plenty to do at River Days.
Yeah, and it's not just for one demographic. This is family oriented. You got everything from little kids to adults. I know we've got a craft beer and wine tent somewhere around. It's been going on.
Well, if you look at River Days, Midland itself has had a River Days celebration really since the 1950s.
Oh, wow.
When it first began, it took place mostly around 4th of July, but River Days as we know it really began taking place in 1985, and that's kind of where our involvement really came in.
Right, because really Midland Area Community Foundation got involved at that point. So there are a couple of folks important in the history of the Community Foundation that said this is a great thing to do, because when you think about Community Foundation, we really bring people together in community. And we really work to strengthen a community, and they thought getting all kinds of people together, as you said, all demographics, to celebrate would be something to really help build community. So they got us involved, and here we are today, this many years later. And as you said, there really are things for all ages. We have activities for the kids, we have bungee jumping, we have a zip line, we have a climbing wall, we have axe throwing, although I'm not sure we want preschoolers to do that.
That's on the more adult.
That's on the upper end, right. And then we have all sorts of kids activities tomorrow afternoon on the Chippewa Park that are coming out doing activities. Home Depot has some little kits for kids to do, and performances. We have a smaller stage over there, so performances.
Weather. Yes. I mean, compared to it's a little warm, it's a little sticky, but it's like compared to the rest of the country, like it feels good out. I'm not sweating terribly yet.
Absolutely.
Of River Days. Now we
the
certainly
whole
thing. Yeah. In fact, you'll see our whole team out here helping to set up, and we're very involved. Now we have sponsors though that I need to mention that really help us put this on. So we do have a few funds that the Community Foundation people set up to help fund it. But in addition, I know Fisher Companies are a presenting sponsor, and then we have many other sponsors you'll see their banners about, and we want to recognize and certainly thank all of them for helping to put on River Days. I don't know if there's anyone specific you want to make sure we mention too.
Well, yeah, I just want to make sure we mention our volunteer committee as well, because as much as we are the backbone organization involved with River Days, we have a dynamic committee of folks from around the community, everything from
I love that. It really is a full scope community event.
Absolutely.
I love it. And so, what are some of the I know you mentioned the axe throwing, and we've got the zip line and the bungee jump and all that. What are some of the specific things happening tonight? If someone wants.
At the same time that we have a balloon launch in Chippewa Park. So in Chippewa Park, we have balloons that start to launch at 7 p.m. The Balloon Fest has become a really core component of River Days, and it's exciting, and it brings a lot of people in. And then the balloons will return, and they will do a balloon glow, which is where the balloons blow up, and they glow in the park. And it might sound a little bit strange, but it is an extremely dynamic event, and people really enjoy it. Great photo ops.
Yeah, I was just about to
we
say.
see social media flooded with photos for the next couple of weeks, really.
Yeah. And you mentioned it, photo ops. So we talked about kids to adults, and let's focus on that middle there for all of the young ones that have Instagram. Below them and seeing them light up in the night, it's breathtaking. So that's pretty cool. We got live music. What's the food situation? Do we have?
Oh, sure. Well, we have Rotary right there has a beer, wine, and cheeseburger tent tonight.
Cheeseburgers.
Yeah, cheese. There you go.
Beer, wine, what more
it's
could you want?
paradise, right? It's paradise.
Absolutely.
So if you travel right down the rail trail here, you'll see we have our food truck alley. So we have a number of food vendors that are here with us this weekend, and pretty much every type of food that you can want. So from pizza to barbecue to tacos. I mean,
Elephant ears.
Right.
Cheeseburger event, right? Is it tied to anything specific?
Yeah, so actually the Midland Rotary Club sponsor that, so that's
Okay.
a fundraiser for them. And I should mention on Saturday night we also have the Lions Club, and they do a chicken dinner. So that tent over there, they'll have their chicken dinners there. So it's nice that several of our service clubs are involved as well, and it's a nice way for them to meet with the community and also to raise funds for the work they do in our community.
Absolutely. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the cheeseburger is only $5, right?
Correct.
Yes.
$5 cheeseburger dinner.
In 2023, a $5 cheeseburger dinner.
Absolutely. We'll take what we can get out here.
That's right.
That's amazing. So we kind of already touched on the hot air balloons, and those lift off at 7. Correct. Okay, cool. And then you touched a little bit on the live music. You said the Detroit
Retro Society is our headliners for Friday night.
Okay, so they're the headliners for tonight. And then what about tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night we have another great lineup of entertainment. We're starting the day off with Momsamble, which is a group here from Michigan, and they do like kind of entertainment on the stage and a little bit of mixing it up and comedy, music, and it's a really cool group. Other than that, we also have the Keynote Sisters. They're passed away. But Lazo is a Juno Award winner, which is a Canadian Grammy, basically. So it's pretty awesome to have him in town because we don't really get to see reggae music being performed here in Midland too often, or really in the Great Lakes Bay region. So this is a cool act. It's an international flavor, a lot of fun for everyone, and really talented musicians.
Yeah, and you touched on that like not just reggae, but like a founding member of
Absolutely.
the Wailers and reggae
Absolutely.
in general. Like,
so it's a core reggae band, and then we are very music here.
Absolutely, I love it. So get down here. I don't know if you can see it behind us, but we've got the Tridge right behind us here somewhere. But yeah, this is right where we're at. If you know where the Tridge is, you know where we're at. It's in the farmers market area. You can't miss it. You come to the Tridge, you'll see everything going on. You'll see all the tents and everything. Before we wrap, you mentioned the sponsors earlier. Any other shout outs for sponsors you want to give out? Or anything like that?
If we're looking at our core sponsors across the board, we're very happy to have Fisher Companies back on board again. So having Fisher back on board is great. They're a presenting sponsor, and they have been for quite a few years now. I also want to give a special shout out to Proper Taco as well. This very excited for that addition, and we think that's just a great way to make sure that we're bringing more of the community in.
I'm so glad you brought that up. That's awesome. Shout out to Proper Taco for that. Shout out to Fisher. Shout out to all the sponsors. If you're looking for something to do this weekend, I don't know what else you would be doing if you live within this area. Get down. The weather's beautiful. It's going on tonight. It's going on Saturday. And then on Sunday, the balloons are due.
wanted this fireworks show, be here on Saturday night because we have an amazing fireworks show planned.
Awesome. Okay.
So we like to say that River Days explodes on Saturday night, and then we have that final competitive launch on Sunday morning, and it's really cool to watch the competitive launches and get up early. The pilots meet at 6:30. The competition, and it was cool. They had a map of Michigan on the ground, and they were trying to put one bag that they were throwing out of their balloon into the upper peninsula, one into the lower peninsula, and then a special one to try and hit the area where Midland is. And awesome. They take it very seriously, so we're excited to see them, see these athletes go to work.
That's awesome. Anything else?
Also have the conservation kit. Catch Daniels, who is one of Time Magazine's finalists for Kit of the Year, has done a lot of work around conservationists, around rivers, and so they're going to be doing some river cleanup as well. So we included the river in it because, after all, it is River Day. So yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, the kayak poker run, and just one more thing before we wrap. With that, I know that people can bring their own kayaks, or can they also rent one here?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
And there are rentals available here, so
Perfect.
folks can come down if they just want to get out on the river, and they are doing free kayak lessons for people.
Absolutely, courtesy of Northeast Outdoors.
Right.
Boom. There you go. Family fun all around. So get down here this week. 6 is that final balloon launch we were talking about. Get down here tonight. Get some live music. Get a cheeseburger. Check out all that there is to for River Days. We'll see you down here.
All right. Thanks, Clay.